Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of What Can Groove.CM Do For Me? This is Scott. This is my 10-part series about how your business can grow and be positively influenced and more profitable by utilizing Groove. So, I previously recorded a video on comparing GrooveKart, which is basically your ability to build e-commerce stores and incorporate the selling platform as well as the payment processing platform within Groove, and compared that to Shopify. Now, Shopify is one of the biggest names out there, and I think it's not a horrible video, but it gives you a lot of information and gives it to you really quick. So the reason I'm doing it this way is because YouTube just doesn't like it when you repeat content. So what I'm doing is adding this intro to that video, um, and that way I'm not repeating the content. I'm just reutilizing the video and the transcript and everything else. So I really appreciate you watching. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. The Just so that you guys know, as an affiliate, my link is below. If you find value in what I'm sharing with you, please feel free to sign up to Groove and give it a shot. Use my link below. I really appreciate any time that you spend with me. And if you have questions, again, reach out to me at guy@groovyguy.com, and that's GrooveYGUY.com. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hey, everybody, this is Scott Wyman. I just wanted to share a little bit of information. And my thoughts right now stem on how GrooveKart compares to Shopify and some of the pros and cons of each and what we can do to better our businesses. Because in the end, it's all about how much money we make, how easy the process is, and lowering our expenses. So if I can help you guys save time, money, and effort, let's do it. So let's get started. Here you can see that I have GrooveKart up. Dadswayorthehighway.com is actually my branded store that shows other companies how they can build brands through print on demand. And it's kind of fun, but I wanted to give you a heads up on some of the things that we do. In GrooveKart itself, and for those of you that don't know, GrooveKart is actually an e-commerce platform that you can do everything from one-click upsells, bumps. You can put in SEO parameters and have those things come up, whether you're advertising or you get them some other way on Google through free traffic. You can relate products to the ones that they're looking at. Your checkout can be used across the entire Groove platform, which is kind of cool, and GrooveKart. Launching You can launch a store every 30 days on the free version with a limit of 3 stores, but you can launch a store every 7 days in the upgraded version. One of the reasons that I'm doing these videos is that Groove is actually going to a monthly basis fairly soon. So if you want to get in on this, the upgrade is probably going to be your best bet. The only reason I'm telling you that is because eventually your costs will skyrocket. Although it will be lower for far more access than what you can get anywhere else. As an example, ClickFunnels by itself can be up to like $299 a month. Active campaign, outrageous. Um, I've had other autoresponders that they were great. They were, $15 a month. And then as I look back on my statements, I found that they were charging me $15 a month every 26 days or every 24 days. So within a year, I was paying an extra month or two in services. So it equated to some of the higher price ones. And that kind of bothered me. So I shut those off quickly. I'm not going to disparage any companies right now. It may have been an oversight because I did not actually broach the subject with them. So anyway, when we get to this, what I've done is I've brought up a few different things. So GrooveKart itself, from a free perspective. If I can get this thing to disappear so that I can share this with you. There we go. So right now we have a store being built. This is one of my, this is a free account. It's actually my wife's account who will be doing a blog, but she didn't need the store. Her blog is pending. She's working on her first couple of articles right now. And so what I did was I borrowed her account so you could see this. And what I did was I just put in a domain here, and you can see that it says groovyguy.groovekart.com. Groovy Guy is my blog site, so that's actually groovyguy.com. But to put this in here, you don't need your own domain, which is one of the fantastic advantages of Groove in general, but you can put your own one if you want. So what I've done, I have actually done that, dadswaywithahighway.com. So you saw that, and it gives you an idea of what it is. But groovyguy.groovekart.com is non-existent right now. There's actually, it's being built in the background. And because I'm a free member, you can see here that I can create a new store in 30 days because I just did this tonight. As we move forward, some of these things are going to be absolutely fantastic as you get into some of the things that you can do in GrooveKart. And just to give you an idea, this is the products page, and this is one of the, I guess it would be considered a motivational shirt, because I either do something motivational, I do something a little sarcastic, or I do something just completely non-PC. So it's the type of clientele that I was, or avatar that I was going after, somebody that doesn't have a filter, that wants to say the things that come to their mind and has no trouble expressing themselves as a person. So anyway, nonetheless, that may offend you, it may not. And quite frankly, I don't care if it offends you. If I can help you be better in your business, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm spending the time away from my family to be able to do this. And technically, I'm not spending the time away from my family. What I'm actually doing is I'm staying up late because it is 12:39. Everyone else is asleep, and I am presenting this to you because I think it's in your best interest. I think it's in my best interest, to be honest with you, because it helps me understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. But nonetheless, we can go into, you have the main info for the product name, and then you start getting into descriptions, and this should be something that you completely fill out. And what I would recommend is that you use keywords that would help bring traffic to you and put them in here. So whatever keywords you're going for, I would try to hook like long tail keywords. I think they would be your best interest, are in your best interest, because I think they're going to attract more people with less competition. So you may include like the keyword for, and when I say long tail, let's say you want to say t-shirt. So you include t-shirt in the thing, but that's a very generic term, and it's going to have a billion searches a month or whatever the case is. And but if you put in red t-shirt with saying, I don't know why I swallowed the fly, or whatever the case may be, that starts to put in like very specific parameters. And as you get more specific, or as you niche down, as some people say, it helps you get more focused on the products or the attention to the products that you're selling. So as you go forward, um, it will help you in the long run, just bring more attention to yourself without as much traffic, or without as much expense. With SEO, you start getting into the meta title information. So you have the meta title and then the meta description. And what that does is, if you can see over here, it starts bringing you into like Google snippet, or this is a snippet of what Google would look like for, um, not so much a Google ad, but it comes up when people are searching for things, and it's like that thing that pops up on the right hand side. But I'm not sure how else to explain it, but it's just more more exposure for no extra cost. So you want to be very careful on what you put in here and why you put it in there. So this open graph markup, what I've learned so far is that it's actually what gets you attention on social media. So the things that you're working on right here for the meta information to expose yourself on Google, you're going to want to do that on Open Graph because Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, so on and so forth, TikTok, which by the way is one of my more fun ones right now. Um, those are the things you want to like put this in for and optimize for. And there's a whole lot of information out there, and I hope that you guys become experts at it. And I do hope that you're not competing with me at that point. So you can start getting into the images of the actual merchandise. And what it does is you can put it like here. I clicked on this, so here's the caption. You can update it. And this is one of the actual Slingly designs, and Slingly is one of the programs that you can actually go into and sign up for. And it's not a free program through Groove, but Groove doesn't make any money off of it. It's a separate program altogether, but it puts you in contact with a network of print on demand specialists that can have access to your designs. And not only do they have access to your designs, they take those designs, they print them, and they're all of the same quality. So that network has very specific parameters in which they release products. So, like, for example, all of my t-shirts are Gildan t-shirts. And I don't know if you know the difference between a Gildan t-shirt and a Fruit of the Loom or whatever, the Old Navy or whatever the case may be. Gildan isn't really the soft wash type, but it is super heavy. For a t-shirt, it's very thick. And if you know anything about t-shirts, it's not the undershirt that you would wear under a dress shirt. And it's something that it's made to last for years and years. So even a guy like me who is fairly rough and tends to have fun working with his hands or playing football or whatever the case may be, I like to get down and dirty. These t-shirts can withstand the stuff that I throw at them. So I wanted my customers to be especially happy with them. And that's one of the reasons that the pricing I get is what I get. So as you go on, you can switch into pricing and variance. So here you can put an SKU in. SKUs are great for tracking purposes. Uh, in this case, we don't really have any of those because they're made individually, one at a time. And here are some variants, unisex shirt, the various sizes that it has. Here's the color, and we start going through. And there are tons of options that you can really get into, but this is, for the most part, this is what you get. You can choose black, you can choose the colors that you have, you can choose whether it's unisex or a female t-shirt or special type of tank top for women, child's onesies, and a variety of other things through this. But there are other applications that you can actually go through and have access to other print on demand people, but you have to come up with your designs. And your designs have to be in a very specific format. And it's all well and good, especially if you're a graphic designer, because that's absolutely nothing to you. Whereas I was a salesperson, so not very creative. And before that, I was a chemist, so incredibly not creative. And some of these things have helped me just come out of my shell and find a few ways of doing things. So in this case, this is absolutely fantastic. Once you get your variance down, you don't want to do too many, you don't want to do too few, but giving somebody the options, it kind of steers them to the direction you want them to have. Um, as you proceed, you can go into the product page layout, going into one-click upsells, bump products, bundles. You can put together bundles if you want to discount something, or even if you don't want to, and say, other people have bought these together, or whatever the case may be. You can put in instant checkout as well as related products. You have scarcity. which basically means so and so bought this, and there's only so many of these left. There's only so much time left, that kind of thing. I'm not sure if you're relatively new or if you've been doing this for a while. I'm just trying to help anybody that's relatively new avoid some of the pitfalls that I've gone through. It's less than exciting as you're facing some of those challenges. And I have learned a whole bunch over the last year and 4 months or so. And I'm hoping that some of my pain can relieve you of any of yours. Anyway, so as we get going, you can actually submit review or have customers submit reviews. You can offer discounts for the reviews and a variety of other things. But the one drawback for Groove that I'm finding is that if you do set this up to give a discount for reviews, there's no option for percentage discount so that you can make a quality decision like 25% off because you gave me a positive review. There's essentially just the option of discounting it for a dollar volume. So if I have three different products on here, let's say I have a jewelry piece that costs $50 to the consumer and I give $10 off, most likely my cost on that's going to be somewhere around $25. If I have a t-shirt that's $29.95 and I give $10 off, and my cost on that is probably closer to $20. So that one's going to be cutting it close. If I have a mug, for example, and that mug cost me, or if that mug I sell for $21.95 or even $19.95 if it's a white one, and that mug cost me $13, I'm losing money. So there's things that you have to be very careful of and pay attention to when you're doing this. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up on some of that stuff. Um, I did show you that GrooveKart. Oh, here are some of the apps that when you're setting up, these are things that you want to really actually get into because these are some of the things that are, well, they're fantastic tools if you utilize them right. So you can export your customers' orders and product data, whether or not you're keeping a CRM that's separate from this, which I'm not sure why you would, but if you do, you can incorporate that there, or your accounting software, whatever the case may be. Tax chart integration. This is if you're selling everywhere and you have to collect taxes, this is one of the most amazing tools I've ever seen. And it's fairly cheap for what it actually is and what it actually does. Because if anybody ever audits you, this is something that will help you considerably. Product reviews. This allows you to manage your product reviews and provide incentives like that discount I was telling you about to customers. Shatra Live free. I have no idea what that is, so I'm not even going to try to kid you. But apparently, that's trying to get your customers to chat with you live. Social proof pop-ups. So this is like telling people what other people have bought, and it's an amazing tool in and of. Um, be well, let's just say it's an amazing tool because when people see what other people are buying, they go, "Oh, I wonder if I would like that," or "Oh, I know somebody that would like that." And in my case, I have again dadswaytothehighway.com. The intention of the the actual site was to show other businesses how I could help them brand their products, but it turned out to be um, gifts for dads, gifts by dads for everybody that they love. So it kind of went into a little bit more of a snowball than I actually expected, which is not a bad thing, I will say. But it was more than what I had planned because I only set it up to, again, help other companies. And a part of my agency is to help other companies brand their products, brand their brand, and build their business. So it is what it is. You have Facebook Messenger chat. You have a winner coupon. You can get people to um, see that they're the winner. Spin wheel, that's, I'm sure you've seen this. Wheel pops up and you can spin for discounts. I have no idea what GDPR is, but there's a variety of things in here where you can integrate. Let's say with MailChimp, that's your email marketing software. ShipStation is, so you get discounted rates. And once you buy into ShipStation, there's a variety of things that help you. But discounted rates is one of the big things, and pretty much everything is printed and automated. So, or automated and printed. So you can just slap a label on a box and be done with it. You can add your Facebook pixels. You can include Zapier. And I'm not sure if you know what Zapier is, but basically it's if you have two programs that don't work together, Zapier is the one that connects them and makes them work together. So, and they have tons of integrations that you can get into. So that is by and far one of the most powerful tools I've seen since I've started this. I didn't even know they existed before about a year ago. Nonetheless, let's go talk about Shopify for a second. I want to give you an example for Shopify. In Shopify, you have a variety of things, but their programs start at $9.99 or $9 actually, and $9 gets you a checkout page on your own website. You're not setting up a separate store or anything like that, but it allows you to accept credit card payments. And that's pretty cool because if you don't need the whole kit and caboodle, I'm guessing that will assist you more than you can possibly know. But their regular plans range from $29 to $299, depending on what your actual needs are, what your business is, whether you're scaling or moving forward or just growing your business. So typically what happens is, from what my understanding is, because I do not have a Shopify store, is that you pay your monthly fee, and then other apps that you use, like a shipping app or um, maybe a customer, uh, I forget what I was told, but it was something about tracking customers or something like that. And they would end up going from $299 a month to $499 a month or $600 a month, depending on what it was, but because their business actually needed it. He wasn't complaining. He said that it was absolutely perfect with him because it got him what he needed, and it was just the cost of doing business. They do offer one other thing for enterprises. It's like $2,000 a month, which is absolutely outstanding because if you're doing that type of volume, you want somebody that can support it. Could Groove do it? I have no idea. I'm not there. And if you're there, you probably shouldn't be watching me. So just to give you an idea of some of the things that I've learned so far. There is no setup fee for Shopify. That's absolutely a wonderful thing. Their payment service has probably more pay options um, than GroovePay. And the only reason I say that, and I'm sorry, I'm not even sure that I said what GroovePay is. GroovePay is something you can actually apply for with GrooveKart. And GroovePay has the lowest rates and the best customer service I've seen so far in, well, payment processing industry. And I was involved with it actively for a couple of years, about 15 years ago. So helping a friend out. Let's see. But I do think Shopify has a few more options because they offer Apple Pay and a variety of Google Pay or Google, whatever the heck it is, um, and whatever. But yeah, I think that's one of the biggest advantages they have. They do have quite the market. They can literally connect you with vendors that our Groove can't. So there's a variety of reasons to go with Shopify. But if you already have your set product, or if you own the product, or you already have your suppliers in hand, GrooveKart's probably the better option for you. If you have a brick and mortar store now and you want to set up, a regular store that you can use Shopify. It'd be cheaper and easier for your business, or easier on your business if you use GrooveKart, but that's neither here nor there. That's a personal selection at that point. The last thing I'm going to talk about is that if you already have a Shopify store, you can actually migrate that Shopify store to GrooveKart with a few clicks, a couple copy and paste, and basically merging the API integrations. But I will tell you, from my understanding, you should do it all at once. If you don't do it all at once, it might cause issues. If you piecemeal it, like a piece of this here, you leave your contacts out, you leave your orders out, or whatever the case may be, it might cause you some issues in the long run. But if you do it all at once, you'll have this stuff migrated. You actually don't lose any of the information in Shopify until you cancel the account, from my understanding. But it can all reside in Groove at the same time until you're up and running and you're confident in your decision to transfer. So, nonetheless, GrooveKart is, well, my option, but that's no secret. I'm an upgraded member for Groove. Groove.CM is one of my favorite programs because I've learned to use it. The learning curve was small. I didn't have 800 programs to learn, but I mean, it was a little more challenging for somebody less creative than most. And trust me, I am less creative than most. So I wish you the best and every success in your business, in your life. I hope that you love everything that you're doing, and I hope that helps you meet your why today and always. So thank you guys. Have a great day.